Hello YouTube. So you know, everybody, I mean, later watching this video may not make sense, but everybody watching this video right now, today or whatever, tomorrow, you guys know that, this patch that we had with like the macro patch, we got the kava ranks, the assist scores, a couple other hidden things, and we got the airborne map. It was a really great patch. Like, a lot of old players are coming back. Competitive scene's great. Pubs are great because there's no hackers. It's all good. Honestly, though, the hackers being patched or whatever, it's nice, but like honestly, the competitive scene has very little hackers, so it doesn't really affect me much. But I know my pub friends, are all happy and shit. But anyway, right now a lot of people are complaining about the macro patch, and it's just because rifles were overbalanced. Like, they were totally too good since the start of the game, essentially. Because when you first play AV in the tutorial, you can tell Red Duck tells you what the class is supposed to do, and Pointman is close range. Rifleman's the jack of all trades, and the scope is the long range. So, well, look, like, Rifleman, jack of all trades. Jack of all trades means you can do everything, but it means you can't be the best at it at the same time. Like, you can be, I mean, a rifle can be as good as a Pointman at close range, but honestly, Pointman should be a little bit better. A rifle can be as good as a scope at long range, or it can do long range, but it shouldn't be able to beat scopes. And honestly, the Para was just too good at close range. People are used to being able to dominate everything close range and medium range. All the macro patch really did is made it so that it's still good. You can still use the guns. It's just they're harder, and they're only able to be used at medium range. Like, you're not going to be able to outscope a scope as much unless you one hit para them in the head, which is hard, and that's why you can still do it, because it's still hard. You're not going to be able to use a para and kill Pointman easily close range. Like, you can't kill me close range easily, and people are complaining about that. But I mean, it's like the class wasn't ever meant to do that. And scopes break shotting got nerfed. Well, like, scopes were never meant to be able to rush up and rush mid and, quick scope people. It wasn't meant to do that. So everybody's complaining about the classes being what they were supposed to be in the beginning, and it's kind of funny. The assist scores, of course, are great. I like the kava ranks. They actually are thinking about taking them out. If they do take these out, I'm kind of mad because I really like these ranks. But I guess it doesn't really matter all that much. A few hidden things in the update that I posted on the forum, which you may not have seen, was I haven't tested this, but I think the UAV length got shorter. Like, UAV, somebody doesn't stay for as long. And I know that the flash nades, this nade, the one doesn't kill, is a lot better. And, the other one, I forget. Let me think. The flash nades are better. Oh, and you don't call grenades. Right. Okay, so let me go into detail here so you can know what I'm talking about. Well, normally a grenade, so if I throw this, it'll have a 4-meter range, whatever. Normal grenade, 5-meter range. Well, before, this nade had it would have the normal range of a regular grenade, but it would flash you for 7 seconds. Well, like, getting somebody flash when it's only got, this little range here, like, that wouldn't work for a flash grenade. So what they did was they made the range bigger, but it only flashes you for 4 seconds, and if you look away, it doesn't flash you fully. So this is why it's useful. So if, like, you're here, after you plant the bomb, you can throw this flash. And what this flash will do is, if you're anywhere within here, you will get flashed. So it's actually an effective flash. For example, so it landed there, and I'm 6 meters away from it, and it still flashes me like this for 4 seconds. So you can see you can do tactical things now with these flash grenades, like throw it. Oh, I messed that up. Throw it off here, and then wait for it to pop, and then I can go, and I'll know that they're flashed. So you can see it's a lot more effective of a flash now. Now you're thinking, well, that's overpowered. No, it's just like Counter-Strike now. So if they flash it, and it's there, I can turn away, and then I turn back around, and you can see I'm still flashed slightly, but I can still kill people very easily through that flash, right? So it's just like Counter-Strike now. If you see a flashbang, I felt it again, you have to look away. You know what I mean? It can be used for all kinds of flash grenade spots, because the range is a lot better. And it's just really cool. So, for example, if I'm just going mid and I'm like, I want to flash, you think a scope's in their base, you can just toss like a random grenade, and like, if the scope was playing any normal position, say like over here, then he's flashed. If he's over here, or whatever, he's flashed, right? So, I mean, you can use these grenades pretty effectively. But the catch is, like, it's only a 4-second flash. So, like, if I throw this flash, and then I just kind of, like, don't do anything, and then I go after it, he won't be flashed. So you have to do it right before you push. So it's good flash. It's kind of good. I mean, it's got nice range, but remember they can lick away from it, and it also only lasts 4 seconds. So you have to use it very effectively. But it is a nice addition to the game. I feel it really helps out. People who were, remember I made those roles in AVA video. Well, essentially now, especially the pointmen are going to be looking to get more kills because rifles have a hard time getting kills. So pointmen are going to be a lot more. You're going to see a lot more pointmen players. And also, these flash grenades really help with that class I said that didn't exist, the support class. It might now be, since the PAR is a lot more nerfed, like you can't like just run around with the rifle and get a lot of kills nowadays. It might actually be a viable thing to do support, like run an M4A1 with this flash grenade, and then just help out your teammates. Like, I don't know, say that we're all in courtyard about to push two, you can do something like this, and then push in two, and this flash right here as a support player that would have blinded this guy, and so you helped out your team, you did your job. You know what I mean? Uh, so a support player, since these flash grenades are there, you might actually be a little bit more helpful. Or for example, if you're a support player and you have a scope playing with you and the scope on defense is peeking, he's running away from getting shot and they're pushing him, well, instead of having them push you, you could perhaps stall their push by throwing this flash, which would flash basically anybody pushing into the site, and you could potentially stall their push so that your team can rotate. So you could help out your team by stalling them with flashes. You could flash them before they push in. You can retake a site with flash. You can push a site with flashes. So it's a lot more effective. Now, what did I mean by the not calling the nade thing? Well, let's wait for this round to end and I'll show you what I meant. Oh, by the way, like I said, this has like a 7-meter range, so 7 meters, And if you look away from it, now if it's on the side, by the way, it'll still full flash. See? Because technically you're still open to it a little bit. Alright, now, what I meant is before, if I'm standing here, and the enemy throws a grenade, and it's just like, I'd say, enemy grenade, and then they turn the corner and shoot. So before, what everybody do, all the competitive players, what you do is, well, I want to check if there's an enemy in this corner. So here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to, like, toss a grenade like this, and if he's there, I'll call out the grenade, and then I'll just do that. So that's how we did things, Before you could like stand here and like just throw an aid in the site, and if they were like here or like here, they call it or whatever, and you'd hear how many there were. Well, now if I'm just sitting here and they throw a grenade, I'm not going to call it. I will not call grenades. The only time you will call enemy grenade is if you're close to a teammate. So if my teammate's up here and another teammate's over here and they throw a grenade in, then we're going to call it because there's a teammate close by. But if I have a teammate, say in my base, and I'm here, I'm not going to call any grenades. So that means you can do a lot more effective ninjaing. Like, you can sit behind these barrels, and everybody just throws nades, and usually you would have gotten hurt because everybody tosses a bunch of nades, and it hurt you. But now, you won't call any grenades. So, it's very effective, and it's kind of fair, because before, you could just toss grenades in a site and figure out where everybody is. Like, it was, like, too easy. Well, now, it kind of makes it a lot more strategic, because then, if you hear any kind of call, it's like, it's not just grenade. Like, if you hear enemy grenade, or if you hear, I got one, or if you hear, I'm lit, or something like that, all those calls, other than, like, you know what I mean, all the calls from the enemies, all of those will be only done if there's a teammate close by. They will not say, I got one or anything like that unless there's a teammate. So if you hear him call out something, it means, hey, he's got a teammate with him. So it helps out, if you're paying attention, it helps out with a lot of things. And basically the macro patch tries to balance the game a little bit, open it up to like a lot more teamwork instead of just running around and trying to get frags as a rifle, which was a little bit too easy. And then the flash grenade patch try to help out the support players and maybe more teamwork. And then the grenade callouts, once again, tried to make it a little more strategic. So basically these changes just made the game a lot more competitive and strategic than they were before. And a lot of people are complaining, and I think that's mainly because, in my opinion, some of them were just bad. They just got kind of like a lot of autos with the PAR. Or some of them, like Nega, they had good tapping skills. I think Nega's still be good, by the way. I haven't seen him play, but I'm sure he's still okay. But anyway, you have good tapping skills, but if that's all you got, then yeah, it's a lot harder. I really like the fact that they nerfed the AMD. Actually it's not allowed in tournaments, but I would still like to see it nerf some. But I showed you guys 2 flash grenade spots already. I'll go into some of these more in the future. So, but as you know, after you plant the bomb, a great flash to do now is just, I messed that up badly. You just toss it off this, and that'll flash anybody in the connector. And the other one, you're over here, and there's a guy on the left. You throw it right there, boom. That's probably bad, but whatever. We could have just said it was fine. And that'll flash them. But the last flash I want to show you is the one I already did, kind of, is this one. This is the last thing I'm going to show you. So if you throw this, you can see, you know, you're thinking you'll probably just flash people walking to sight. But the great thing about this flash is it'll flash people all the way to back here. Okay, hold on. All the way to back here. So what this means is, let me shoot the ground. It'll be anybody within this, 2, probably around here. So we're talking anybody within this range will get flashed. Do you understand how big of a range watches from here all the way around is? So one guy's watching mini, maybe there's a guy over here, there's a guy pushing in. All of these guys get flashed with one grenade. Or if like there's a guy pushing in, there's a guy behind him, there's a guy back here, there's a guy going mini. You could get like 2 or 3, maybe even 4 people flashed with one flash. And like, the thing is, if you have a guy in sight throwing that flash, and you have a guy like sitting here, he could be like, I flash, go, and then, or even different, you know, you could throw a flash like that, and it's the same thing, same landing place basically, and then you could throw a flash and then push up, and everybody that was sitting here watching your mini is flashed. So everybody that was looking for you is flashed. Like, so yeah, guys, just experiment with this. You know, pay attention. All those little changes that have been in Kava finally came over, and I'm really happy with this update, and I'm very happy with Area, and I'm actually having a lot of fun on AVA. If you quit AVA, probably reinstall it. There's not going to be any public hacks, I think, for at least another few days. And like, even if there are hacks, like I said, the competitive scene is a lot more fun now. So I hope to see you guys in game. Let me know what you guys think about the update in the comments, and let me know in the comments whether you'd rather see some gameplay, or like some flash grenade spot kind of videos. Or I know a lot of people said they want to see trolling. I'll get some trolling as it comes. I found out that I tried to do a trolling video, and like, if I try to just like go make a room, be like, okay, I'm gonna ninja defuse, it doesn't work out. But if I'm just like, hey, we're playing match, you know, these guys are bad, let's just ninja defuse on them for fun, then I'll get clips. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I just gotta do it when it feels right. So it'll come in time. Just give it. I mean, I'm not gonna stop making them, but let me know what other kind of videos you want to see other than trolling. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Ghost Your Hacks, X War Angel. I'll talk to you guys later.